Hi guys, this is Dan from Excel Sports Coaching, and today we're going to be doing a 3D hand drawing. The equipment you're going to need is a pen, a pencil and a ruler and some paper and your hand. Please stop the video, rewind the video as much as you like. I'm going to try and do this in real time, so it might be a bit quick, so feel free to slow it down as you go along. So to start off with, you're going to get your hand, plonk it on the paper and draw around it as far as you like. And again, you can take your time with this. I'm obviously going through it as quick as I can. So get the outline of your hand. Once you've done that, as you can see there, I find it easier to turn the paper round so I know what I'm looking at. After you've done this, what you're going to do, you're going to add a little bit of definition. So you're going to add your nails to them in the pencil. At this stage, it doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, you can use your own hands as reference. The knuckle bits. And any other distinguishing features that you might see on your hand. Okay. Now that's our basic shape. Then you're going to get your ruler and your pen. And what you're going to do is starting from just below where the hand is, straight line all the way across to the other side. And every time you hit part of your hand, you're going to stop, go to the other side of the hand and keep going. About 1 centimetre apart each line needs to be, and as straight as possible. This is the bit that's going to take the longest amount of time. Obviously I'm going through it quite quickly, but feel free to take your time. Remember, it's your picture, you don't want to ruin it. Keep going all the way until you've covered all of what you've drawn or drew. And as I said, this is the bit that would take the most amount of time, but it's the bit that's going to add the most amount of effect. Once you get to the palm part, the lines become a bit easier. So I'm just going to go as far as there so I can see my pencil lines. Now with my pen, every time I get to where my line is, I'm going to do like an oval shape, okay, to connect it to the other line, as you can see there. So every time I've broken the line, look, I'm doing an oval shape. Now the more lines you have, the more the effect of it being 3D. So obviously if I had a line here, it'd give an even deeper impression of it being 3D. But this is just a very quick representation. Now when you get to the bit where we've got no gaps in between, you've got to kind of imagine you're going through the knuckle lines. before you get to the other side. Okay, and again here through the knuckle line. So we're adding each effect as we go, so it makes it look like swings. And obviously as we get flatter in the hand, the marks become a little flatter, because obviously our hands not bumpy all over. If you look at the back of your hand, it's relatively flat, so the lines get relatively flat as well. Obviously our wrist isn't necessarily bobbly either, so that line should have been there. So obviously I made a small mistake, but it's fine. Rectified there, it's fine. Okay, now that we've done that, we can then start adding a little bit of shaded area. So from the edge, you're going to go and shade this area up into there to give the impression that it's literally off the page. And again, you don't have to be mega accurate with your pencil mark, because you're going to use your fingers to smudge in. But as long as you've got some kind of shaded area on the side of your hands, look, and you can see it's already kind of taking some kind of shape and giving that a little bit of an impression that it is raised from the paper itself. Okay, and again one more here. Now this one, you're going to add the shading all the way down your wrist on the one side. And then last but by no means least, I've got my thumb to do. Now, I've got the lines there, but now I also need to make sure that you can still see where my hands are. So with the edge of the pencil, I'm just going to re-go over these lines so they stand out a little bit more, so you know where my hand was or is on the page, so that doesn't get lost with the smudges. And obviously you can correct any defaults that you had previously, if you had any. So there, I'm a little bit more happy now that I can see what my definitions were. Now also, I'm going to add a little bit of shading up here, look, as well, because obviously that shadow effect isn't just on the floor, on the ground of the paper, it's also up one side of my hand. So just a little shading at the side of my fingers. And again, as you can see, this shading is lighter than this shading here. And then I'm going to add obviously a little bit more definition with my nails. And again, as you can see, I'm just kind of quickly doing this. You guys can take your time. Okay, making sure this definition's here within there. I've got this definition here and here. Okay, now I'm happy. Now I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to smudge all those lines in so it blends. Again, I'm going to use all of the pressure I can to really smudge that in. If there's any other dark bit that needs to be done, I can do as well. And if I need to add some more shading, I can do as well. Like for example, these bits here where we have a little bit of a channel going off, I'm just adding a little bit more so I can smudge more. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's your design. as long as you're happy with it. There we go. There's my 3D hand. Thanks for watching. Have a go. Post your pictures.